On my first day, Amelia and I just kind of walked around and explored, and we came upon this church, which is really nice, and I was slut for Gothic architecture, so we went in and looked around. I don't know if I should say slut and churches at the same time, but that's whatever. After eating, we met up with Abby, who was in the city, and her friend Lou. We then left them and decided to explore on our own.
The vlog is pretty much just to you.
If you know me, you know I hate birds, and this shit was not okay. This jewelry store has Christmas decorations outside, but also it was September, so... And then when we got back to Amelia's flat, we thought people would be home, and they weren't, so we were locked out. So this is Amelia's cat, and he's kind of an asshole, but he's also really cute. So here he is.
So do the separate courts like live in separate areas? So then in the country, are there like of the? Oh, okay. Well, okay, they'll tell me in a second. We both agreed to drop. Is it gonna be super sad when it's not actually her dad?
Just read. It's like a paragraph of a moment. Oh. She reads a sentence and she's like, does this mean that this means that that?
This is why I read the ending first, so I'm not like this.
You can't do that with these books.
But I could read their wiki pages.
No.
I won't do it. I won't do it, I promise. But I could. I just want to know.
Then after everyone went to bed, I stayed up late reading, and Amelia's cat snuck up and scared the shit out of me. The next day, we decided to start our day off by going to Sacré-Cœur. In a Starbucks right now, I'm just waiting because Amelia's family, since they're from Los Angeles and stuff, but they live here in Paris, so they don't have the same stuff as Starbucks, but since we're in Montmartre, it's very touristy, and so they can get their pumpkin spice lattes and stuff, so we're doing that. But I feel like I should talk since we've caught up and stuff, but I got here not yesterday, 2 days ago, and it's just been great, hanging out with Amelia, and they're my second family, all of them, so it's just been really great to catch up and see them and explore. And last time we were in Paris, we did all the touristy stuff. So I think going to Sacré-Cœur is the only touristy thing we're really gonna do, and then we're just hanging out. Yesterday we just hung out with Amelia and her sister for a bit, and her sister's friends, and we ate food and just sat on the Seine and all of that. So I think that's pretty much what we're doing. But right now they've gotten me into this book called A Court of Thorns and Roses, and my flatmate actually has been telling me to read it for 2 years, and my other flatmate just read it, and they're you have to read it, you have to read it. And I was very reluctant, and then I got here and Amelia's family was you have to read it. So I'm reading it, and I'm pure addicted. I stayed up until 4 a.m. reading it last night. But yeah, so I think for the rest of the day, Amelia and I, we're just gonna hang around, read, go back to their flat later today, and just hang out, have dinner and stuff. So it was very nice and very relaxing. But yeah. After Starbucks, we said goodbye to Amelia's mom, and we just decided to look around the area still and take in the view and enjoy just how beautiful everything was. Oh no, it's because the screen. Yeah, it's the screen, and I do the brightness all the way down so no one else can see what I'm doing for fear of being judged. Making a mukbang. So, what? We then decided we were professionals and we needed to do everything like the makeup gurus, and Amelia started the joke and I continued it much longer than needed to be continued, and I will continue to make it throughout the rest of this vlog, and I am sorry.
this cute boutique we found, and then here's from Urban Outfitters, shoes, Doc Martin, shirt, my flatmate, headband, like this, and then we can freeze frame. It doesn't work. Okay.
We then went into Montmartre to look for some food and stopped at this one cafe for French onion soup and fries before heading back home. Okay, her cat would literally try to sneak up on me every night and scare the shit out of me, so I tried to capture it and was very unsuccessful.
She doesn't say anything in this vlog.
No! I honestly don't know why I tried to fight it. She was right. And here we are, locked outside of a flat.
So we came to. Is that him? Do you think? We were like gonna go to a viewing with her, and we showed up and there was no one there. Now we're just kind of awkwardly like, we went into the building and went up the stairs and like listened to everything, but we couldn't hear it. So now we're just waiting for a response or something. But we can't figure out where he is, and Millie has no place to live, and she starts uni in a week and has no. Bonjour. Oui. So I cut off the video before because we ran into the guy who was actually supposed to be there for the flat viewing. So we went to the viewing and it was nice. Yeah, I really liked it. And so now we're just gonna go eat lunch, and we just got juice, and the juice bar ran out of all of their fruits. And that's a quick summary.
Are you just recording?
Huh?
You're just straight recording and hoping that you say some gold here.
Yeah, pretty much. You just tell me. Who does she end up with? Just tell me. Okay, but here's the tip. Can you please just tell me?
If I tell you, Abby will like.
I'll pretend not to know. Yes, I will. So, okay. I'm about to tell you a long story.
Peter
Millar, yeah.
I was like Peter.
Yeah, I know, I said Peter because Peter and Peter from them sound the same.
Peter, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Just like Gemma and Gemmer sound the same.
What's Gemma?
No one, just a name.
What's
Abby's
the difference
friend.
in the names there? Gemma and Jenna, are you saying? Or are you saying Gemma and Gemma?
Gemmer and Gemma
The
sound
fuck
the
is
same.
Gemma?
That's just how you guys fucking say it.
Wait, who's that?
No one, I don't know.
How do you spell that name?
Gemmar.
What's that a fucking
Jamar?
name? That's not a name, Abby.
Anyway, so. Bye.
Part of the reason I visited them in the first place was because Amelia and I had a plan to get her ears pierced, and on a half whim, I decided to get a tattoo. Amelia's untouched ears, my unmarked arm. I looked pained, but really my arm just fell asleep and I am so bored, and I was just trying to like stay entertained. Amelia's hiding her ears with her hair right now because her parents don't yet know that she got them pierced. So here's my tattoo, and also in the bottom right corner there was some weird light thing so you can see my face reflected.
Très dur d'être sur scène, donc c'est cool si vous pouviez re-applaudir les danseurs.
Today's association day. And pretty much like every single society and club and sport and everything, like today is the day you go sign up for that. So we just did that with Charlotte and Abby and her friend. Charlotte's friend, not Abby's friend. Well, we're gonna order avocado toast. And did you just touch your ear?
I'm so stupid. Oh my god. I like totally like squeezed it. It hurts. It hurts.
This is the what do you call it?
Oh my god. Thumbnail. I'll just screenshot. I look surprised. Okay. Capitalism is a real problem these days. My essence is there. It's so weird. Did you just watch it happen? Can I grab him? The joke continues. And again. Camera eats first. Oh, that is making mom sad. I'm try to finagle.
Emmy needs to get your salad in the vlog. Did I get it? I think I got it.
We then went to get Abby's bangs trimmed. Afterwards, we went to go sign Charlotte up for Girl Scouts because I was a Girl Scout when I was a kid. We got the date wrong, so we're just kind of locked out. So, there's the ketchup. We're in a cafe right now, and the guy hates us already. And they give you the receipt, and then they give you this to like put your money in. And this is something that I know. This is something that I've been a part of for like a while. And so we only ordered fries, and the guy gave us the ketchup, and he gave us that. And I was like, oh, I'll just pour some ketchup for us into this fucking thing. And he hates us so much already. He even gave us a coaster. No one else has a table coaster. No one. It's because we're fucking stupid. Well, I am. And they're just along for the ride. And then I spilled ketchup on my hands and on the coaster. So, don't eat out with me, pretty much, is the tea in that. Okay, so not only did I pour ketchup in it, to make matters worse, as I was pouring the ketchup in it, Abby was like, no! I didn't register what she meant and just kept going. TD, tell us what you're wearing. Tell us what you're wearing. Describe it.
Who are you wearing tonight?
I am wearing a jean, a really, really cool dress.
Mm-hmm.
With a cheetah and stretch pants, change sequins. A scarf, which is very old, you can probably tell. And
The shirt?
The shirt has a color-changing bird.
Oh.
New shirt, so after I'll show you without this. Long sleeve, blue, and
Yeah.
What's next?
So Abby, Amelia, and I decided to get like sushi for dinner. And we went to the place and we like put our order and we were like, oh, we want like 5 avocado rolls and all this. And so then we got back and we were like so prepared to eat, and like they thought we meant like a 5-piece roll or something. So there was no food. Like, I mean, I had my food because I'm not vegetarian, but there was no food for them. So then we had to go back down and then like explain to the woman, like, well, not really, we didn't explain to her, we just put in another order and she like, but we don't speak French and it's really hard, but that's it. And again with the joke. It's the same color as my skin. They thought in my past life I was an old Asian woman. Yeah, Bobby is about to change his life, and Karamo, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate sweet potatoes. I do too.
So what's nice what we're gonna do here?
Don't yuck his yum.
We gotta get a little nice anti.
But what if my yum is yucking other people's yums?
Tons of spices at home.
Ruh-roh. We're in trouble. And then we had a dinner guest. I'm so sorry. I literally wasabi'd the shit out of myself by accident. And I was
It wasn't by accident.
oh yeah, no. I mean the shit part was, but the like wasabi was, you know, it was just so brutal.
Yeah.
Like it cleared my sinuses. Did you ever watch the show The Nanny that was on like Nick at Night?
No.
She sounds like that. There's an episode where she goes to get sushi for the first time, and she's like, "Oh, pistachio ice cream, I love it." So she eeats it, and the only time, yeah, and so she falls on the floor. She's like dying, and then she comes up and she's like, "Wow, I feel so clear," and like that's the only time she ever sounded like that. It was so funny. Memes. And again.
Sort of a sense of release and closure for mom. I want one of the suit.
I just lost about an hour of mukbang footage. Amelia, Abby, and I were off the rails. We're so funny. So we're at Disneyland Paris, and it is pouring. It's not pouring, but it's like pissing it.
Sprinkling.
And this is the coat I have. Amelia looks like an egg. It's still fucking raining, but not as bad. Everyone is staring at me. Not everyone, just two girls, but whatever. Teens are scary, you know how it be. So we just went to the Haunted Mansion, and I sat with Amelia's sister, who's 7. The entire time, Charlotte was like, oh, and then look there, and then there's a dog, but I'm not scared. And I was like shitting myself the entire time. It was really, really unfortunate. We're trapped on Pirates. It's dark as hell, but we're trapped. For copyright reasons, I didn't put it in, but just know that we are screeching Let It Go. We decided to eat lunch out one final time before we headed to the chateau. We then hightailed to the Chateau de Fontaine. We went in, but all the buildings were closed, so we just kind of walked around, enjoyed the architecture, and then decided to do some cartwheels. After recording my gymnastics recruitment tape, we decided to go home. Okay, so Amelia and her family have this thing where they can like sneeze in the sun, so she's trying to encourage that right now. We just spent like 30 minutes trying to find a freaking Kindle. I'm very unsuccessful. Amelia's sister got fries to dip into her mashed potatoes. And this is the final clip I got in Paris.